Welcome, young seekers of knowledge. I am a 90-year-old woman, and in the twilight of my existence, I have not only accumulated years but also an extensive collection of experiences and lessons. My life has been a tapestry woven with threads of joys, sorrows, successes, and failures. Each individual has left an indelible mark on me. I was born in a different era, a world that you may only know through narratives. I have witnessed the evolution of humanity.
I have reached for the stars but also plunged into deep abysses of despair. I have experienced wars and peace, love and loss. Through it all, I have observed human nature in its rawest and most beautiful form. Infidelity, a theme as old as time itself, has been a constant in the stories I've witnessed. Not just the act of betrayal, but what it reveals about us, our relationships, and our society. I have seen how it can tear the fabric of love, but also how, in some cases, it transforms into a dark catalyst for growth and understanding. In my youth, infidelity was a taboo shrouded in shadows and whispers, but shadows always conceal deeper truths. I learned that behind every act of betrayal, there is a story, a chain of choices and circumstances. While this doesn't justify the pain it causes, I have understood its complexities over the years, collecting stories, tears, and smiles. I have seen regret and redemption. Life, in all its chaotic beauty, is an unrelenting but fair teacher. Now, at the end of my path, I wish to share these lessons. Join me on this journey into ancient wisdom as we unravel the mysteries of infidelity and life together. May the stories of a life fully lived illuminate your paths and enrich your hearts. Let us sit, my dear ones, and discuss a theme as old as humanity itself. Infidelity is a topic many prefer to sweep under the rug, but at its core, it reveals the depth of our most intimate emotions, desires, and fears. In my 90 years, I have observed how infidelity weaved its dark thread through people's lives, including mine. Today, I wish to share not only my thoughts but also the relentless advice I've accumulated over the years. Infidelity is not just an act of betrayal, it is a symptom of a deeper illness at the core of the relationship. Often, it starts long before the physical act, in the unknown depths of dissatisfaction or neglect. I've seen couples who, in the eyes of the world, seemed perfect but lived lives of silent despair, each longing for something more. I remember a young neighboring couple who appeared to have it all: beauty, wealth, and success. However, the shine of their outward life concealed a dark truth. The husband constantly sought validation outside the marriage, driven not only by physical desire but by a deeper need to be admired and wanted. His intelligent and caring wife felt the growing distance between them, choosing to close her eyes, fearing to face the reality that could shatter their perfect world. When infidelity finally came to light, it wasn't through a confession but through the humiliating experience of being the last to know. Betrayal is a deep wound, not only because it breaks the fidelity pact but also because it corrodes the fundamental trust that sustains every relationship. My first relentless advice is not to close your eyes to the signs. In most cases, the signs are subtle, but ignoring them can mean growing emotional distance, increasingly frequent excuses to spend time apart, or moments when the wandering gaze becomes too obvious to ignore. Confronting these signs early may be frightening, but it is much less painful than the complete revelation of betrayal. However, the blame for infidelity never rests on just one person. Infidelity is a tragic dance of two individuals who, one way or another, have stopped connecting meaningfully. I've learned that honest and open communication is the most powerful antidote to betrayal. Talking about desires, fears, and frustrations without judgment or condemnation can open a channel of understanding that avoids the cracks that infidelity quickly fills. What happens when the deed is done, when the betrayal is revealed, and both are sitting amidst the ruins of what was once their love? Here is my second advice: infidelity is not always the end of the road for some couples. It becomes a painful but necessary awakening. I've seen marriages that, after the storm of betrayal, built something new and stronger on the ruins of the old. This is not easy. It requires a level of forgiveness, understanding, and commitment that not everyone can reach or is willing to offer. However, we must also know when to let go. This is my third advice. Not all marriages should or can be saved after infidelity. Sometimes, the act is the mercy blow to a relationship that is already dying. Sometimes, the betrayal is too deep, and the damage is too extensive. In these cases, the bravest and most relentless act may be to let go, not out of hatred but out of deep respect for oneself and the other. My own experience with infidelity happened many decades ago, but the pain and the lesson remain as fresh as if it were yesterday. My husband, the love of my youth, found comfort in someone else's arms during a tumultuous period in our lives. The betrayal shook me deeply, but over time, I realized it was a symptom, not the disease. Our marriage was failing, full of unspoken silences and unmet needs. The decision to separate was painful but necessary. It was an act of liberation and self-affirmation. I learned that sometimes, the greatest act of self-love is to walk away from what no longer exists, either because it doesn't serve our growth or happiness. It was a tough but valuable lesson that guided me through many other challenges in life. And here is my last and perhaps most important advice: learn from infidelity. Whether you decide to rebuild or let go of the pain and start anew, don't let the experience be in vain. Infidelity can be a cruel but effective teacher. Teach about your needs, limits, and desires, about the importance of communication, respect, and forgiveness. And most importantly, about the unbreakable and resilient nature of the human spirit. Infidelity is one of the toughest tests a relationship can face, but it is also an opportunity for deep growth and understanding. Take my words, born from years of observation and experience, and use them in your hearts. Through the storms that may arise, with love, compassion, and courage, you can face even the darkest storms and find the path to light. Once again, may my words serve as a guide and solace. May you find in them the strength to face everything life throws at you. Always remember, even in the darkest moments, that there is a light of wisdom and hope that never goes out. With love and respect, your elderly counselor now. As we approach the end of our conversation, allow me to take you beyond the dark valley of infidelity, to the broader life lessons I've learned over my 90 years. These are the truths I've discovered, the gems of wisdom I've collected along the way, and I hope they serve to illuminate your own path. Be true to yourselves. This is the first and most sacred of all loyalties. Ask yourselves what it means to be authentic to you. Life is a short journey, and spending it being less than who you truly are is a personal tragedy. Being true to yourself means honoring your desires, listening to your inner voice, and living according to your values and principles. It's easy to get lost in others' expectations and the roles society wants us to play. However, we are the ones who must live with our choices. After betrayal, pain is inevitable. It cannot be minimized. Even in the deepest pain, there is the seed of future happiness. Recovery takes time, tears, and deep inner work, but it is possible. It starts with forgiveness, not necessarily because the other deserves it, but because you deserve peace. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or excusing the harm caused, but rather freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. The importance of self-esteem is crucial. It is the foundation on which a life is built. Without it, we are like houses built on sand, vulnerable to any storm. Cultivate your self-esteem like a beautiful garden, nourishing it with love and respect. Remember that you are worthy of love and respect, not for what you do or possess, but simply for being who you are. Forgiveness is an act of power. By forgiving, we release not only the other from the weight of our anger but also ourselves. Resentment is a chain that binds us, a poison we drink hoping the other will suffer. True forgiveness cuts that chain and neutralizes that poison. However, remember that forgiveness doesn't always mean reconciliation. Sometimes, the most loving act is to let go and move forward separately. Personal growth is an endless journey. Life is a constant teacher, offering daily lessons to those willing to learn. Open yourself to opportunities that expand your mind, challenge your beliefs, and step out of your comfort zone. Personal growth is the antidote to stagnation and complacency, the path to a truly fulfilling life. As I bid farewell, I want to leave you with one last reflection. Life is a series of choices, and while we may not always control what happens to us, we can always control how we respond. Choose love over fear, hope over despair, and light over darkness. Remember, no matter how long the night, the dawn always comes in the end. May these words serve as a guide and comfort in the days to come. May you find in them the wisdom to live with courage, compassion, and authenticity. As you look back at the end of your days, may you do so with the certainty that you lived a full, truly yours life. I hope the words I've shared resonate in your hearts and provide light in moments of darkness. Always remember that wisdom is not just to be heard but to be lived. If these reflections touched something in you, if you found comfort, inspiration, or simply companionship in my words, I invite you to follow this path of learning and discovery. Subscribe, participate, and continue exploring the depths of life and soul. Together, we can continue building a community of open hearts and minds willing to support each other and grow together. To not miss future conversations and wisdom I have to share, don't forget to subscribe, like if you feel inclined, and share this message with those you think could benefit from these words. Each subscription, each shared message helps spread the light of wisdom a little further. I bid farewell to this world that so much needs now with a heart full of gratitude and hope that your paths are always illuminated by the light of understanding, compassion, and love. Until next time, my dears, and always remember to seek wisdom in all things with love and blessings, your old wise one. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to help us produce more content.